Welcome to Taro and Tea, Tea Sippers. Welcome to Taro and Tea, Tea Sippers. Welcome to Taro and Tea. Welcome, welcome, Tea Sippers. Yeah, it's the podcast, baby. Wagwan. Wagwan people, Wagwan tea sippers, Wagwan me generals. How are you all doing? We've got another jam-packed podcast today. So I hope you've got your ears all ready. You got a nice cup of tea or a cocktail or a beverage, anything that, that's gonna make you feel sweet and irie, okay? Because the message that we've got today, the Jamaican proverb that we have today, is when trouble take you, pickney shirt fit you. When trouble take you, pickney shirt fit you, okay? So that proverb is all about, telling us, like, when we're in challenging situations, like if we're having any challenging situations, it's only those times now when we realize, oh, we have to find ways to get out of those situations. And I want, as a collective today, to really think about sometimes in our lives where there's been like things where you're thinking, how do I get myself out of this mess? How do I get myself out of this mess? And what steps did you take to get out of it? Okay, what steps did you take? So I see, like, yes, the devil has come out, and it's like there may have been maybe some kind of like situations where you knew you had to get yourself out of it because you had to think out of the box to get out of this. And sometimes these situations can also be like an abusive situations where there are issues of addictions, codependency situations, and those times is when it triggers the mind to realize that, the chariot has come out, and the chariot card is all about, that willpower, that having to take that action, build up that confidence. It's also like taking that time to say, look, you know what? When trouble take you, pickney shirt fit you, I've got to find on my way out of this. So essentially the proverb is all about when there is a challenging situation, regardless of what the situation could be, what is it that you do to or when you are facing times of adversity, hard times where you might have been struggling financially, maybe emotionally, socially, intellectually, you relying on your skill sets or others to help you to get out of those situations, or calling onto the universe, manifesting so you can come out of those situations. The Fool card has come out as well, because sometimes in those situations when there is trouble and trouble hits you, when trouble hits you, you have to find a way out. You have to find a way that is you thinking outside of the box. Outside of the box. And I see with the Fool card here, the Fool card is saying that sometimes you might have to, no matter how, don't worry about what people think or how you may come across as looking stupid or foolish. You might be doing this because ultimately you want to kind of get yourself out of this situation or find a way of adapting. Let's say, for example, financially, maybe it might not have been a great year, and or you've lost a job. And from that adversity, you're having to find ways to have to deal with things, have to maybe budget, put a bit aside here and there so you can save. You might not have what you used to have before, but you from that situation, as hard as it was and how it may have impacted on your confidence, because I can see the star is here as well, that it may have given you that time to you found strength, you found courage, you found an opportunity where it brought healing energy to you, and that opened you to more blessings because you were willing to. And the five of swords is showing, which is all about conflict. When there was a time of conflict, there was a time of, despair. You still you took that opportunity and thought, you know what, I'm gonna run with it and get myself out of this. So it might have been you having to think outside the box, you having to think out of it, how you can come out of it. But those times are times that shows the level of strength. It shows the level of, those when you are feeling low, and sometimes you can't understand or always have a clear understanding why, but you have found inner strength. And I feel like as a collective, this proverb is really asking us to find that inner strength, to recognize your inner power. You have a lot of power. You are a creator. We all have a lot of power. And the three of cups is now showing as that, we as a collective, we all can support one another. And we all have stories of adversity where we've had difficulty at times in our life. It could be a heartbreak, death. And through those hard times, when we will feel at the time probably thinking how we're going to cope, how we're going to deal, how we're going to overcome these hardships or overcome grief. But through time, as they say, time is a healer. And what has come up again? I can see the King of Cups and the Empress. That it gives you that time to grow, that time to heal, that time to work on things. And again, as the Wa, Gwan, Tara and T collective, we're all about that love and light, that growth, that personal development, using tarot as a life coaching kind of approach to helping us to grow, helping us to heal, helping us to work on building ourselves so that we do show up in the world like the Nine of Cups, upright, like the Nine of Pentacles, upright, like the Empress, like the Emperor, like the Strength card. But that takes that time of working on yourself and taking the opportunity that when we do face, or if we've ever experienced times of hardships, that we take that time to really tune into ourselves, tune into our inner power, and recognize that we are very powerful as beings, as part of this universe. We are very powerful. And sometimes when, it's also asked for us as well, that when we do get caught up in those times, that we don't then you also get caught up in the idea of negative self-talk, because negative self-talk, as well as positive self-talk, can be very positive. self-talk, negative self-talk is just as powerful. So it is also a case of your mindset. If your mind, whether you have, a positive mindset or a negative mindset, there is both, and that's like the Two of Swords. It's like, if you're caught up in your thinking, and you can dwell and dwell until you become so overwhelmed, you overthink yourself, and that can create almost like a trap for you. Think of the Eight of Swords, where you're feeling trapped into this thinking, into this feeling, and can take you away from, your true potential. So I want you to have a think about any where there's been any challenges in your life, and I want you to think about, what did you learn from those challenges? How did you overcome them? Yeah, how did you overcome them? Because you're here, you're here. And to be brave and to be thankful, that you're here, and that you are able to see another day, and to see, looking back. Oh, like if you could imagine just seeing it as a window, that you could look and go, wow, I did that. I did that. And you think, I overcome those challenges when I didn't have much money to my name. I didn't have a house. I might have had issues with homelessness. I may have had issues with in my love life. I may have had people that have cheated, or people that have betrayed me, people that I thought was my really good friends, and they betrayed me. Maybe at the minute we're going through a recession, and it's creating a lot of instability, and it's really, I see it as the times is really asking us, as well as this proverb that's come out today, is really asking us to tune into our inner power, system, and be aware that we are creators. Yes, there are external and things that sometimes that are not, that are not in our control. But what we can control is how we generally feel on a day-to-day basis. And when trouble takes you, the pickney shirt must fit you. So a child's shirt must fit you. You've got to find yourself out of it. So the only way is to use your imagination, use your level of thinking, call on love and light energy to help you out. Call on the universe. Call on your guardian angels. Call on your ancestors. Okay? Call and write it down in your journal. Say what it is that, if you want to work on, what you and focus on it. But our imagination is the greatest power that we have been blessed with. One of the greatest powers we've been blessed with. And sometimes that it alone is that if you can think and dream of a beautiful idea, because the Ten of Pentacles is showing, the Temperance is showing to me, that can open so many doors for you. It can open great opportunities, blessings, feeling like you are spiritually balanced. But our imagination, our level of thinking, our mindset really helps us to tune into that inner power. And as a collective, Wa, Gwan, Tara, Anti Collective, I want you to recognize that you have that power in you. We all have that power in you, in ourselves, and we need, at every opportunity, we need to work with that power that we have, tune it, work with it on a ongoing basis. You know, don't just rely on that inner power when we're at times of adversity. You know, it's like I firmly believe in fitness. You could have a great level of fitness, let's say 6 months ago, and you was at your peak. You know, at your peak when it came to your fitness level. You very strong looking. You know, physically fit, everything. But if you don't input and you don't invest in that and put time, eventually that fitness level that you once had 6 months ago will deteriorate. And it's the same with your inner power, with your mindset. You have to keep working on that. So with positive mindset, with the temperance being here, imagine the cup, the temperance cup. The temperance card is all about a figure and kind of like an angelic figure pouring into one cup into the other. Yeah, so you have to constantly be building, be investing, be working on your mindset, you know, because by working on your mindset, by working on how you talk to yourself, you know, how you positively talk to yourself, using affirmations, using mantra to help you to feel confident, build that confidence, you know, looking after yourself, eating well, feeling good, surrounding yourself with good people, you know, that will help you to grow and grow and grow and grow. But it takes that time to invest. You must invest. We must invest as a collective to constantly grow. Okay? So that when trouble does come our way, we're not going to be, oh, I don't know what to do here. You're stuck, you feel trapped, you become the Eight of Swords. You know, we create this kind of mental entrapment for ourselves. Then rather than seeing that, no, we are creators here. What if there is anything external that I can't control, I know that I can control from within. And to do that is from taking that time to really recognize my true power. And my true power is being able to talk to myself in a positive and loving way, showing that love to myself, you know, and giving that love to myself before I expect that love from anybody. I'm showing it to myself. I'm showing that to myself. You hear me, collective? Do you really hear me, collective? Because that is the energy. That is the energy. You know? You can see the Queen of Cups is right here. But that's the energy. So I want you to always think that if there has been some times where there's been like times of hardship, where it's like right now, as I mentioned before, there are many people around the world are experiencing the cost of the living costs, the recession, you know, and now wanting to find ways to, you know, come out of that situation. But by having that positive mindset and staying and believing and trust in the process helps you to find ways, helps you to expand your level of thinking when you never thought of how you could even dream of something so big. But because you continue to believe, because you continue to talk positively to yourself, because you continue to use affirmations, you know, you read around positivity, read around like growth and personal development, it will help to open and expand expand your thinking, so that where things was looking like, oh, it could never be possible, you're now seeing the possibilities. You're seeing the possibilities, the greatness that is there, you know, all because you took that time to say, you know what, I believe there is something here. And here I've got the card from the Arcs and Giving deck by Jerry Hicks, and Esther Hicks. I will love where I am right now. There is nothing that you cannot be, do, or have. And we want to assist you in achieving that. But we love where you are right now, even if you do not, because we understand how joyful the journey to where you want to go will be. You hear that? You hear that? So, when there are times that there's been times of hardships, times of pain, times of loss, times when they might have just been feeling lack, times when you might have just feeling like you couldn't even get up, you're tired, you're feeling exhausted from all the, the hardships of life. But from from those times where there has been situations of hard situations, difficult, challenging situations that you've had to deal with, you've found ways to overcome, whether that's relying on your fellow brother, relying on your fellow sister, relying on really good friendships, relying on really good family members, relying on professional help. That inner power has come and come at your rescue to support you. And collective, I want you to tune into that, so you're always recognizing that you are a great manifester, and to believe in yourself, even when there's times when you're always sure how you're going to get there, what you need to do to make it happen. But just to continue to believe in yourself, continue to grow, continue to work on yourself, continue to take that time to invest. Investing in yourself is key, because we are all working towards that holistic, level of where we feel good in all areas. So just like this all the chakras, you have the crown, you have the throat, you have the heart, you have the sacral, the root. It's about working on all of those areas in your life, so wherever you've got finance, all right, maybe you haven't been great at budgeting, saving, let's work on this. What it is that we need to do so that we can work on it. Love life, okay? If you're married, let's continue to work on this marriage. Build on this foundation of marriage. Build on the foundation of communication. If we're single, let's continue to work on building yourself, so that you are feeling good, you're feeling confident in yourself, you're feeling whole, so that you can match someone who is showing you that same energy, you're reciprocating the same energy to one another. You hear that? Do you hear that, collective? Boy, I hope you have some tea, because the tea is hot. Okay? The tea that we have today, that we're sipping on, is some hot tea. Okay? Woy. So, take that time. It's constantly we're working on ourselves. Fitness, taking that time, our health, we're working on ourselves, but it's important that we recognize that at the core of it, the mindset is always the key area for us. Before anything else, before we do anything, we need to always be focusing on that mindset and getting that mindset in tune, so that we, as a collective, whatever it is that we wish to do, whatever that we wish to pursue, when trouble take you, pickney shirt fit you. And that is all about you using your skills, your mental skill set to think, to be creative, to think outside of the box, to bring in that fire energy, that wonder energy, so you can then find ways of how you can be creative, how you can figure things out, As it's something I say, you know what? I don't know how to do it right now, but you know what? I will figure it out. I will take that time and I will figure it out. And having that same attitude will help bring in that abundance, it will bring in that abundance, it will bring in that growth, because you're now giving yourself that opportunity to expand and removing yourself away from that negative self-talk where it's like, I don't know how to do it, I can't do it. So the thing about our mindsets, if we believe that we can't do it, then guess what? We can't do it. But if we believe that we can, then guess what? We can do it. So it's about really shifting, and constantly working on that mindset, because it takes work, it takes time. But being part of the collective, Wagwan Tara Anti Collective, the fact that you're here, is showing that you are a level of you are ready to work on it. You've probably been contemplating, you've probably noticed things in your life where you're like, yeah, I would like to work on this. I see that growth is needed in this area. There might have been some things that you've had to deal with in the past, and you now come and recognize that you want to work on it. You do want to grow. And this is an opportunity to take that time to recognize it and work on it, sis. Work on it, brother. Take that time to work, grow and heal, because we are always evolving. And I always say it is, we're always evolving so we can become our higher self. Be holistic in all areas in our life, feel complete in all areas in our life. That is what we're all striving for. So take this opportunity to, let's say, pick a goal, revisit any goals that you may have for the remainder of, let's say, for the year, or anything that you want to start, or things that you felt like you wanted to do. How can you use your creativity, your imagination, to help you to think out of the box, to help you to think out of a challenging situation, to help you to think of how you can overcome the thought of challenge? How can you overcome it? But using the time to really focus on it. And I would, if possible, do share, okay? Do share. You can put it up on the, let us know on the YouTube channel, or just let us know wherever you can, and share it with the community, share it with the collective, because we're all in this together, all right? So, to the Wagwan Tara Anti Collective, I hope the podcast and the messages resonated with you, and I hope that you will take this and use it for your own guidance and for your own intuition. All right, and I'll see you on the next one. Wagwan. Wagwan people, Wagwan tea sippers, Wagwan me generals. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Like and subscribe for all of the newbies out there. Welcome. Come and join the fun. Come and join and be part of the collective. We're all about love, growth, personal development, all of them things there combined, yeah? Good vibrations, good energy, because that's what we are all about. I saw it go. That's how it goes around here, okay? So, share with your friends and family so that they can all join in the fun. Share it and comment about it so that everyone knows about it, alright? And remember, stay blessed, look after yourself, see you on the next one, and Wagwan.